Hello, everybody, wherever you may be, from coast to coast and sea to shining sea. From around the world, welcome back to Ham Radio Live, show about radio for people who love radio.
The heart is a balloon, shoots up through the stony ground. There's no room, no space to rent in this town. You're out of luck, and the reason that you had to care, the traffic is stuck, and you're not moving anywhere. You thought you found a friend to take you out of this place, someone you could lend a hand in return for grace. It's a beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day. So let it get away on the road, but you got no destination. You're in the mud, in the maze of her imagination. You love it.
It's Friday, everybody, April 15th, 2022. This show, we're going to talk about the Icom 756 Pro 3, how to connect your remote radio to home, and the Angry Hams and more.
It's a beautiful day. So let it get away. It's a beautiful day.
From the four corners of the world, wherever you may be, what do you say we start this up? Away we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Shack in Oregon. My name's Larry. My call sign, Ham Radio's Kilo 7 until November. Usually says right there, but I just didn't have time to plug it in. It's been quite a 24 hours. Just say it. Just to put it mildly, it's been really weird. So we'll thank you for being patient. Sorry it's late. It's like 3 hours and 28 minutes late. No! That's terrible. Want to welcome you to the show, wherever you may be in the world. And by the way, the first one, and this is number 5 for him. No kidding. The very first one. And because we have to do it in a different way, we because we have to. All right, here you go. He comes from an unknown location. However, the man's brilliant. He can make a light bulb out of a piece of paper. Plus, he's an amazing amateur radio operator. I can't tell you his call sign, because if I did, I'd have to kill you afterwards. Coming from the contiguous 48, that's a Smokin' Ape. First one into the building today, Smokin' Ape.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wild E. Coyote.
He is a genius. My friend, welcome back to the show. It's great to see you. Thanks for coming, Ape. Good job, man. First time, 5 times he's done it. 5. Think about that. That's hard to do, and he's done it. Bass from Holland, how are you feeling, mate? I hope you're okay. I know you've been in the hospital. Prayers with you, man. I hope you're doing well and that everything's going good, man. I really hope so. Kevin from Iowa, welcome back. Kilo Zero, Kilo Lima Bravo, great YouTube channel here. Take a look at it. It's really good. Steve, Mike 7, India Whiskey Hotel. The man, the myth, the legend, Larry is alive. No! Kind of, yeah. We'll make it quick. It's got to be a fast show because there's so much still going on. But I'm thankful for all of you guys being here. John Hummel, Newell, Saskatchewan, Victor Echo 5, Juliet Hotel November, Andy New, Mike 7, Charlie Union November, Gary Strong, Las Vegas, Whiskey 9, Papa Yankee, Mike in Jacksonville, Kilo Delta 2, Sierra X-Ray Delta. We're going to be just celebrating a little bit of one of your buddies in Jacksonville today on the show. Red Summit RF, that's Charlie, November Juliet 7, Victor, one of the best YouTube channels out there, as well as Smokin' Ape. And don't forget, Coffee and Ham Radio is live tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Time here in the States. Don't miss it. It's going to be a good show. Dawn is here. Hi, Dawn. November 5, Sierra Kilo Tango. Thank you for coming. And Steve, yeah, that's a great tune. You can always play like anything from the U2 catalog and you should be fine. You know, Rob, welcome. Arizona is in the house. November 7, Tango Alpha. Welcome, Rob. Good to see you. Happy day to you. Happy Friday. Man, that's my mate Harold in Ontario, Canada. Thank you for being here, Uncle Harold. It's good to see you. Jeremy in Albany, Oregon. Coolest call sign, Kilo 7, Victor Foxtrot Oscar. Thank you for being here. Greg, Kilo Fox 0, Charlie Union Zulu. He is here from Bettendorf, Iowa. Ja, welcome. We're going to talk about something you sent me today, and I hope you enjoy the segment. Charlie from Red Summit RF is saying, this is a great song. Yeah, that, boy, you could play the whole thing. It's such a great song. U2, phenomenal band. But, and I loved them at Live Aid. If you really want to do some fun, go on YouTube and watch them at Live Aid. It gives you tingles, really does. Scott, welcome. State of Colorado is here, as well as Chad. Listen to this. This is great. Can't wait to join this hobby. Have been studying, took the test and failed, not giving up. Chad, good man. Good man. Chad, it's worth every moment of your study. It really is. You can do it. You can pass the test. Hang in there. If you have any questions, there are some wonderful people that are in the comments here in the chat that can help you. If you're maybe have a question on something, and please do not ever, and this goes for everybody here, don't ever feel embarrassed to ask a question radio related. Please. This is a good, safe place. You're not going to get some angry ham freaking out. So you're going to be okay here. So Chad, thank you for coming. It is truly an honor for me to meet you today. I mean that. Mark Taylor, welcome. Mike 7, Echo Sierra Sierra. Ron Walensky, November 8, Whiskey Charlie Romeo. It's nice to see you. And I think we just about got caught up. Nope. John, welcome back, buddy. Victor Alpha 3, Whiskey Juliet X-Ray, welcome to the show. My friends, we have two ways to contact me. One is my personal cell phone number, which is, email me at cqhamradiolive@gmail.com. Good way to reach you. Also, Discord. We've got a Discord channel, ham-radio-live. Feel free and join us in the chat there. And we'd be just so pleased as punch to have you. Okay? All right. Let's get into the weather because that's some big stuff. There's some really good stuff in the weather I really want to share with you because we have some big changes coming. And I mean big changes. Before we do that, the question of the show. Besides 160 meters, what HF band do you use the least? Okay? Now, this is interesting, right? Because we're talking HF. So we're going 160 to 10, all right? Now, you might say, okay, 60 or 30, right? Because they're kind of different. 60's 5 channels, 30 is data. Which one do you use the least out of the HF bands? And I promise we'll make it part of today's show. All right. Let's get in the weather today. Powered by Icom. Icom for the love of ham radio. Here is your A1A. And if you take a look at the left side, that's what's coming. 2975 is on the way. That's the one that made 5 huge flares 2 weeks ago and brought our SFI to over 150. So wait for it. It's coming. Backside of the sun. You don't see it because it's literally, you're only seeing about the 2/3 of the backside of the sun. You see the east limb and you see about 2/3 of the backside. The satellite has to have a way to transmit to Earth. So that's how it does it. Can't show the full backside, but most of it at least. Coronal hole map 74 and 75 are there. Typically coronal holes, interestingly enough, are at the poles of the sun, but here they are faced our way. Now let's take a look at the solar activity over the last 2 days. This is where things get very interesting, all right? Yesterday, the 3-day solar flare, we saw it start to go up, right? It's B flare and it hits the C, right? Look at today. That's huge. M2.2 flare today. All right. Conditions are going to go way, way up. And we're already seeing that start to happen. Here's your K index, which is great news, down to a K2, which is quiet. That's awesome. It really is. Let's look at how this affects the aurora. Okay. Yesterday, when we were at a K6, right? Okay. We were here with the aurora in the north. Now the aurora is here. Isn't that something? Same thing with the south. It was K6 and now there it is, just diminishing. So that's the way it goes. Here is the news about sunspot 2975. And this will be, if anything, if people remember solar cycle 25, AR 2975 will be heavy in this conversation because of what it's done so early. AR 75 and company are eager to return into view. A few low-level M flares, including M2.2, was just detected off the east limb of the sun. Numerous impressive coronal mass ejections have been observed over the past several days from that region. Same one that gave us 5 when it was in the front of the sun. We'll begin to see the active region turn back into view in the next 24 hours. And that's huge news. It really is. QRZ from yesterday. Here was what we had. We had very high K index, K6. SFI was at 99, solar number 37. It's already coming up. Here's your SFI today, 110, solar number 37. A index is high at 23, but your K index is 2. That's good. BZ latitude is positive, 4.1. Solar wind is big. It's pretty heavy at 605.9 kilometers per second. And HF band conditions, you can see them right there. The MUF map from Kilo Charlie 2 Golf. Here's what it looked like at 1445. I wanted to get a good shot of Europe, right? So Europe in the south, about 27 megahertz at that time. In the north, about 24. So, even people that were, say, for example, you're in northern Sweden, right? You still were able to just about get onto 15 meters. The current MUF map, the southern United States definitely can work some 10 meters. As you go north, it changes tremendously. If you take a look where I'm at, I'm between 21 and 18 megahertz. Folks in Canada, you're north of 18, so you're going to be running on 20 meters up in Canada. Folks that are in South America right now, it depends where you're at, but for the most part, you're still between 10 and 20 megahertz. In Europe, 14 megahertz there in the UK, 17, I should say, in Spain. If you're in Germany, right about 13 megs, and as you head towards the Middle East, 17, so still good conditions in the European continent and heading towards the Middle East. If you're in the Far East now, Tokyo, 20 megahertz on the Gold Coast of Australia, looking good right now, 29 megahertz. Down towards Melbourne, you're at 22, and the folks in Perth haven't woke up yet. They're at 8 megahertz. Your ham and shortwave forecast for today, powered by Icom. Icom for the love of ham radio. Voice 2017, 15, 12, and 10. Northern Hemisphere, equatorial latitudes and south will get the same. 11 meters should be open in the Northern Hemisphere. Also in the south, look for some openings there on 11 meters. Data modes 30 to 12, and that should be 30 to 10. 30 to 10 north, and also 30 to 10 mid and south latitude. Your nighttime ham band openings tonight, 160, 80, 75, 60, 40, 30, best EX on 40 overnight, but remember, work your maximum usable frequency at Gray Line. This is really good because noise floors are down today from yesterday, so great conditions. Low noise. Shortwave bands daytime 31, 25, 22, and 19, and your shortwave nighttime 120, 90, 75, and 60, 49, 41, 31, 25, 22, and listen to the 19 meter band just above 20 here in the ham radio bands in the Northern Hemisphere. They'll be hot about 90 minutes or so after sunset, and the signals will fade away. Welcome to today's show. It's good to see you on a wonderful Friday. Doggone it, we made it. We made it. Yeah, it's soda. I have 3 hours of sleep here, so yeah, it has been a very long day. So let me catch up with all of you guys, and thank you very much for coming on this beautiful Friday here. It is a gorgeous day here in the Pacific Northwest. Steve says, 2 bands weren't great today, but hopefully conditions will improve and you'll get the bands whilst they're good. You will. Yep. Wait till this weekend, Andy. Oh, conditions are going to improve drastically. It really will. And Chad, we wish you the very best. You're going to do well. Hang in there. Some people, I felt bad when I took my test. Someone next to me didn't make it. I felt really bad for them. But the key is never giving up. And Chad, you can do it. Just try again. Okay? You got to learn the answers to the questions, and then you get to learn ham radio. And that's the fun part. It really is. Chad, you can do it. And we're all with you, and we're all wishing you the very, very best of luck. Good luck, Chad, with that. Yep. We want you to get that license. Absolutely. All right, today's question, by the way, besides 160 meters, okay, because that's, you need a big antenna, right? Okay. Besides 160, what HF band do you use the least? First one in, Andy Kelly, 2 Echo 0, Romeo Echo Echo, 80 meters. There you go. Slightly above 160, below 40, and loud. That's a good one. Thank you, Andy, for that. Mike, Kilo Delta 2 Sierra X-Ray Delta. This is what I thought I would probably get from this. A lot of 30 or 60 meters. So, Mike, thank you. And, you got to know, because 30 is data. That's it. You can only do data on 30 meters. So, Mike, thank you for adding that to the show. Rob, November 7, Tango Tango Alpha in Arizona, 80 meters as well. There you go. The Smoking Ape, 60 meters. And here's why. And it's very important to listen to this. Too many rules with the PEP, which is your peak envelope power, and all that mess. The reason that exists, by the way, is because there are shortwave bands, shortwave signals in that frequency range, right? So when I give you the forecast, right, take a look at this. I don't know if you've ever taken time to listen to this or look at this very carefully, but let's look at it so you can see this is a band that's shared both by amateurs as well as shortwave. Look. If we go to the forecast, take a look at ham bands at nighttime. Okay, you see 160, 80, 75, and then 60, because that's a ham band. Then you go to nighttime ham bands, nighttime shortwave bands, I mean, right? Nighttime shortwave. The fifth one, 60 meters. So ham, or amateurs, share 60 meters with shortwave. And that's the reason why we're so careful with recording exactly how much power we're using, making sure we can document that we were within legal limit, that we weren't doing the wrong thing. And it's a mess sometimes. Plus, it's 5 channels. So, Ape, I agree with you. That's my answer too. Yep, 60. Even though I can transmit, right? Even though I can use voice, I just don't want to mess with it. Just too much rules involved. So I totally understand. Charlie, Red Summit F, 12 meters. It just feels so claustrophobic in there. That's true. Because it's a very small band like 17. It's really narrow. Very similar to 17. Chuck, thank you. Bass, never ever miss this great ham show again. Please subscribe and hit the bell button. It's free. Thank you. That's very nice. Thank you. Andy New, not doing much on 10 and 15 at the moment. 5 megahertz is out of band for me. Yep. You wait till you get that intermediate license. And you're going to do that, Andrew. We're going to celebrate when you do. We are. And we're going to celebrate when Chad does it, too. We will. Charlie, I use 60 meters almost every outing. I'll tell you a little story. When I was in Hawaii, they use 60 meters a lot. They really do, because sometimes they can't transmit on 40 because it's going to go over the islands. So they use a lot of NVIS antennas, right? But they like 60 because 60 will work shorter during the day. So it stays within the island chain. It's interesting, isn't it? Charlie, thank you for putting that part of the show. That's a really, really good comment as well. Thanks, Charlie. Yep, good. Again, what band besides 160 do you not use? That's the question. And you can't match to 80 meters either. To Smoke and Ape, this is great from Charlie. If you're only running 5 watt, no math is required. Well, still, you got to deal with it. You may be running QRP, which is great, but yeah, there's just so much into working 60. It's almost like it's not fun. So I totally makes sense. Dawn, November 5 Sierra Kilo Tango. I've done 60 meter FT8, never went over 50 watts. DX is great. Nice comment. There you go. Ishmael, hello, my friend. It's been a while. Welcome back to the show. Ishmael is in a very small island in the Caribbean called Dominica. Wonderful island to get. He says, hey guys, I'm in the French island Martinique. Beautiful. Wow, I bet you're having a great time. Ish says, I was so happy to work Gunter twice on 40 meters last month and this month. Congratulations, Ish. That's great. Good for you, mate. That's good. That's good. I bet that felt good. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. Trying to figure everything. Yeah, I did. Andy, I forgot my water again. I did. But probably the best is caffeine since I'm not on much sleep. So, yeah. This is the way it goes. Let's see. Wow. Where are we at here? I'm trying to catch everybody. Oh, here we go. Ronaldo Angelini, welcome to the show. First timer. Thank you for coming. 80 meters. There you go. 80. And 80 can be, noisy. We talked about that yesterday, right? Very noisy. And Don, 2,200 meters. Jeez. Okay. He's joking, guys. Okay. John. Any boy band. No! Great. Perfect. And you don't use 30 meters yet. James, welcome. He's hi from Jacksonville. Kilo Oscar 4. Romeo November Alpha. He said, dropping in for a quick visit and back to books. Testing tomorrow for general upgrade. I hope. Good to see you. And I'll stand by and watch. Okay, James, you let us know if you pass that test because we want to celebrate you if you do. And if you don't, we're going to encourage you to try again. Okay? Deal? You let us know. That'd be very, very good. Please do. Okay. Fun show tomorrow, by the way, because we've got Josh from Ham Radio Crash Course coming. That'd be a lot of fun. John Hummel Newell, for me, it's 6 meters, no antenna. There you go. Well, Wendy, welcome to you in Florida. Hello to you. Whiskey for Lima Sierra. It's good to have you, Wendy. Happy Friday. Jeremy, 6 and 60 meters. Oh, yeah. 6 meters here for me is ridiculous. It's so loud, it's terrible. It really is. Rob in Arizona. Really appreciate you explaining the solar weather stuff. Thank you. The cool part is there's no doubt the numbers are going to come up. No doubt we're going to have good SFI over the weekend. I mean, really good. The question is that no, the M flare that came out of 2975 is not going to hit Earth. Okay, it's pointed to the east. So when it comes forward, which should be tomorrow, your SFIs are going to come up even more. It's going to be a great weekend. It really is going to be a great weekend. So, Rob, thank you very, very much for the kind words. Thank you. It's coming. Wow. Look at this. My goodness gracious. Tom is here all the way from the Middle East. Look at that. That is so cool. Never been on 60 meters. Cheers, mate. Man, it is, wow. It is like, what, 5 a.m. where you are, Tom? Oh, my gosh. Tom is, he's in the Middle East, and oh my gosh, Tom, thank you for coming. I know it's very, very late. My gosh. Tom, seriously, thank you. Thank you. Rob Q, good afternoon to you, my friend. Thank you for coming. Steve, Mike 7, Indy Whiskey Hotel. He says, I've been reading my RSGB intermediate manual. Think I need to book a test to get me committed to getting that upgrade. Shame to lose this call sign, however, due to sentimental value. You'll do fine. Get that new license upgrade and watch what happens. By the way, we're going to talk about that today. Picking Vanity call signs in the U.S. I hope you like it. It's going to be a short segment, but I do hope you enjoy that part. Should be a lot of fun. All right. We talked yesterday about the Kenwood TS2000 as a first radio for people who want to get into ham radio. Because why? It does, VHF, UHF. You can even put the 23 centimeter mod on it. You can mod it for the military band if you want to. You can do Mars. You can also run HF, which is phenomenal. It's really a shack in the box, and it's really still very contemporary look. It's good looking radio. Today we're going to look at a radio a little bit, it's almost the same time frame as that one. It came from Icom. A short look at the Icom 756 Pro 3, a wonderful radio that I personally loved. And if you're looking for your first HF, it might work for you because they're affordable.
CQ. Here is K1OIK, kilowatt 1 Oscar Indiana kilowatt. K1OIK calling CQ and standing by.
I'm going to do a mini review of my Icom 756 Pro 3. I am interested in selling it. Well, why sell it? I am pretty happy with it. I think it's done a great job. But for my home station, I have a Flex 5000, and I'm even happier with that. So the next thing was to take my Icom 756 Pro 3 in my RV, and that's a little bit heavy to carry around in an RV, so I'm looking to get an FT897D. So if you're interested in buying this rig, and you'll see it operate here, I talked to a station, and I'll do a little bit of a mini review of it. If you want the details,
it's not for sale now, okay? This is an
online
older
or
ad.
in any catalog. So here's my review of the Icom 756 Pro 3, and I am interested in selling it. As we tune across, we can look for some stations that we can see on the air, and we don't see any at the moment. There's a station tuning up.
CQ 40 meters.
NF20. Here is K1OIK. Kilowatt 1 Oscar Indiana kilowatt. K1OIK. Do you copy?
1 OIK. I'm not sure. Could you give me a call again, please? This is NF20 Ron in Northwest Vermont. Over.
NF20. Here is kilowatt 1 Oscar Indiana kilowatt. K1OIK. Name is Bert. Bravo Uniform Romeo Tango. Bert is my name. Located on Cape Cod. How do you copy? NF20 K1OIK.
Okay, K1OIK, NF20.
And just because, obviously he's making a ham call, we know that. It is not a touch screen, so I want to make sure people understand this is not a touch screen. It has buttons that tell you, to the left of it, activating certain things. Does not have a waterfall. It's a pin adapter. Instead, it's showing you peaks. That's how it works. This was before we had beautiful waterfall displays. Icom, first one out with those.
NF20, here is K1OIK, kilowatt 1 Oscar Indiana kilowatt. Okay, Ron, and I do hear the static crashes. There are thunderstorms, I think, in the area. And I'm using an Icom 756 Pro 3. into a G5R. 756 Pro seems to work out pretty good for me, but I think I want to sell it because I have a Flex radio and I like that a little bit better. There's nothing wrong with the 756 Pro 3. I mean, you're copying it fine, but
that's right there.
I
if
really
we go
like
back
the Pro
just a
3,
second,
and
hold on,
I
I'm going
like.
to pause it. This right here on the radio is a little bit difficult to see, right? There's very small control buttons down below.
Area.
Watch.
And I'm using an Icom 756 Pro 3.
Let's let them get to the buttons. They're very tiny. You push them in, and then you don't control them. That was something I liked about it, but because if I pushed on them, they'd pop out. I could adjust them, and then push them back in. They would stay in the same position. Great noise reduction. Good noise. There's the buttons right there. You press them in, and they kind of stay in one place. This is a radio that you'll have, and it's very possible if you purchase one of these used, which means good condition, caps are good, everything works, the screen is fine. You can get these radios for right about $600 to $700, right about maybe $750 for a real good one, right? And it's a great radio. It's just going to work HF. It's not going to be HF, UHF, VHF like yesterday's show on the Kenwood TS2000. But what it does is brilliance. It really is. It's got automatic voice recorder in, so you can record your CQ calls. You can do long ones or short ones. It's got great noise reduction, very similar in a way to the 7610, not quite as refined, but it works well. The noise blanker is good, very good on it. I think that the receiver was hot. It was a very hot receiver, meaning it was very sensitive and very selective. I was able to work people about 2Ks apart and parse the band down to be able to work with them. It was a radio that invited you to play with it. And for me personally, I think as a first radio, if you're able to get one for a reasonable price, that's a great one to get. Just like the TS2000 was, or the Yaesu 817ND that we did the other day. Just giving you some ideas in case you want to get a used radio that's in good condition. You can't go wrong with those radios, especially the 756. That's mine. Wow. That's the one I regret letting go of, to be honest. Yeah. Don, at the time these were new, this was Icom's top of the line. Yeah, it was. Yep, it was the top of the line. Good one, too. And yeah, thank you for saying, by the way, just in, Spike, November 1, Alpha Quebec Hotel, Old Spike. You're late.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wile E. Coyote. Genius.
Very well thought out. Good. Yes, I am. Yes, that's right. So I've been spending a lot of time with my brother, and he's had a lot of medical issues, unfortunately, so that's why. James, okay, good to know there's no better time than the present. LOL. Well, I won't feel so bad if I don't get it, but I'm sure I'd be down if I didn't, though. James, get a good night's sleep. Okay, number one, get a good night's rest. Okay, number two, know that people like Mike, I guess Mike is going to be one of your people that are going to help you test, right? So he's one of the VEs here, he says. So look, they want you to pass. They do. And the test is built in a way, James, that you can definitely pass it, right? Okay. Answer the first, get a good night's rest. Second, answer the questions you know right away. If you know them, get rid of them. Make sure you get rid of them. Put like an X by the ones you're kind of sure of, but you're not 100%. Maybe put like a little line by the ones that you really don't know. Because as you continue to take the test, those questions are still rolling around in your noggin, and you're going to get some of the ones right because you're going to, oh yeah, I remember now, and you're going to get it right. Just don't worry about it. Go in there, relax, and we're going to celebrate when you get that license, mate. We are, James. Absolutely going to celebrate. Yep. Tom in the Middle East says 756 Pro is the one that got away, really. I think that's an excellent radio. Man, that was mine. Yep. And it's funny you think about it, right? Because I had a Yaesu FT1000 Mark V, which was really cool. The Yellowcraft K3, but I love the Pro 3. It was just fun to use. It was fun. That was what made it nice. So, all right, let's get into this. I'm excited to share because we're going to be celebrating somebody and we're going to change the music. I know. But it makes sense because people here are like family. So today we're going to welcome and celebrate William, and I'm very grateful that we are. Yep. William from Jacksonville, Florida, just got his new call sign, November 5, Echo Victor Victor. He's a wonderful guy, really is. Lives in Jacksonville. He's one of our 3 Jacksonville Tonians or Jacksontonians that watches the show. He also, very good vocal guy on Coffee and Ham Radios. He's a wonderful mate, and I'm grateful he's here. Here is what William looks like. Is that a sharp-dressed man or what? So I want to say thank you to William in Jacksonville for being part of the Ham Radio Live family. Thank you very, very much.
We are family.
I won't play the whole song. I just get rid of it now. Yeah, there you go. But we do want to thank him because that's fun. You know, I really don't take for granted all the people who come. And I'm grateful to honor him as this show progresses. So thank you, William, for being part of it. Okay, see a new picture from Indy. Indy all the way in Australia. Look at this. Here's Indy's truck. Of course, he drives a big Kenworth truck. And this is his Toyota. Look, count the antennas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No kidding. This thing's got 8 antennas. There's no, is there like loops inside too? Indy, this has got to be one of the coolest vehicles I've ever seen, and I love the color. Indy, thank you very, very much for sending us a photo of this rolling ham shack, mate. That's awesome stuff. That really is. And take a look. There it is. License plate in front. VK2XB. VK02XB. I think this is so cool. Indy in Australia, thank you so much. Also, want to celebrate a really neat call that was made by someone who's here right now. He's a volunteer examiner for the Jacksonville area, and he's a real good friend. His name is Mike, Kilo Delta 2 Sierra X-Ray Delta, and he sent me a great video of a call that's like one of those calls that you dream of, over 9,000 miles away. Take a look at this. This
America, Jeff, roger. Thank you very much. Same with you. You're about 10 over, Jeff, roger. 73, you are there.
Kilo Delta 2 Sierra X-Ray Delta.
Sugar X-ray Denmark.
This is Kilo Delta 2 Sugar X-Ray Delta.
Kilo Delta 2 Sugar X-ray Delta. Thank you very much. Well, you're 5 and 9.
Thank you much, Corey. You're 5 and 9 here in Florida. That's Kilo Delta 2 Sierra X-Ray Delta 73. Thanks again.
73, Mike. QRZ.
How about that from Mike? How about that? Degree of difficulty for him to make that call. Okay, he's in Jacksonville, right? So that's the other side of the world. He's able to reach Australia over 9,000 miles away on HF. Mike, fantastic call. His call sign, by the way, is right here, Kilo Delta 2 Sierra X-Ray Delta. And man, I'm telling you, we are so doggone proud of you, Mike. That is a call you'd dream of, mate. Well done. Well done. Also, do want to say something that's very kind of cool. Want to be able to say this to Ethan. Ethan is a first timer. We want to first of all welcome you to the show. He says, I gave your stream a like. Ethan, thank you. That means a lot to me. It really does. Thank you. It's nice for me to meet you. I mean that. This is just YouTube, man. We had a lot of fun here. Steve, Mike 72 Whiskey Hotel from UK. There's more antennas than truck. Truly, no kidding. James Johnson, looks like my backyard. What they're referencing here is the amount of antennas that are on Indy's truck there. Isn't that brilliant? It's just amazing. So many antennas. Tom in the Middle East. Wow, if I had those antennas on my truck, I would know all the local police. Nice picture. Paul Hastings, welcome. Kilo Quebec 4, Charlie Delta. It's good to see you. Thank you very, very much for coming. And great DX Mike, congratulations on a wonderful call all the way to VK land. That's great stuff. Yep, as James says, good job. Yep. All right, we're going to take a look at Radio QTH. Now, for people who already have a license, this is important. This website's been redesigned recently. So we're going to take a look at it. And if you ever want to find out what call signs may be available for you, all you do is you basically go two ways, right? You go available calls or vanity calls. I always click vanity. That's just me. It helps me know what's out there. Now, when you go to this, it now scrolls. This is different than it used to be. This is updated from what the old QTH was, the old search, right? So it shows you call signs available today, 1 by 2 November 4 Sierra Hotel is available. 2x1 Alpha Delta 5 Juliet. Those are very hard. And I'm telling you, the way the FCC does a 1x2 or 2x1 is it's a lottery system. So if you're interested in one of these, you can simply go to the FCC database and put your request in for the call sign. It's still free. Remember, April 19th is when it costs money. It also shows you available 1x3s, which just became available. As well, on the left side, it shows you Vanity calls recently granted in the last week. Shows you by prefix, right? So what's nice, at the end, they've got a little question for a technician exam. What brief statement indicates that you're listening on a repeater and looking for a contact? Okay, so would it be A, the words hello test, followed by your call sign? Would it be your call sign? Would it be the repeater call sign followed by your call sign? Or D, the letters QSY followed by your call sign? Do not pick D. And then it says bottom, the answer is B, your call sign. That's how you access a repeater. You simply say your call sign. And that means basically if someone's out there listening, they're going to come back to you. Okay. So this is the new Radio QTH site. All right. Now, if you go to call lookup, something different happens. This is cool. All right. You can search by call sign and then you can get an idea of what's available. So search by call sign or search by name. This gives you an idea of how to find somebody. It's kind of like QRZ now, right? So if you go call sign, we'll put mine in. Why not? K7HN. There you go. Yeah, it's my first rodeo. Okay, so there you go. So it tells about me, and there I am. Look at that. Okay, then that's it. Now, if you want to see available calls, right, or you want to do call lookup, this is what call lookup does. And this is kind of a good way to get an idea of what it's supposed to do. And when call lookup used to be up, you would just simply let it know, okay, I'm looking for one in call district this, and I want to use that, like let's say it's a 2x2, and I want it to be district 7, and I want that. That's how you do it, right? So if you go to call sign validation, you can enter call sign and you can see if it's an available one. Like say, for example, this is pretty simple. Say you want a 2x2, all right? You're a general and you want a 2x2. So let's say you go, I want kilowatt 6. Let's go kilowatt 6, Charlie, Quebec. Probably gone, but we'll take a look and see, okay? So we just press the call sign, enter. It says it's Group B Advanced Class. It's Region 6, California, numeral 6. So it gives you some idea about the call, right? So it tells you it's Advanced Class and it's in Region 6. The site changed quite a bit. It really did when it came to how this site works, because it used to be really simple to check. You have to go here, okay, applications, to be able to do the search now. It would just be simple on this site. You simply would find it right there on the front page, but it's no longer there. Okay, so let's say you're a general, you want a 2x2. So you put 2x2 in, and now you have your selection of the 4 different call sign prefixes we have here in the States. A, K, N, and W. So let's say we pick a K. And let's say you want you can try and select the suffix there if you want to, but you can leave it as any. Call district 7 right here, and now you put your suffix in. Let's say you want your initials. Okay, let's say your initials are I don't know. Let's say it's Bradley Davis, so BD. Okay, so we're looking for a 2x2 in district K. So I'm sorry, in district 7 with a prefix starting with kilo. Let's see. No applications found matching the specified criteria. Okay, so if that happens, try a different prefix. Try alpha, see what happens. Nothing there, okay? It's a great way for you to learn about Vanity call signs and what might be out there for you, right? So W, nothing there too, so nothing's available. Now, if you change stuff, like say, for example, you want to change the BD, and let's say you wanted to do DX, because DX is big to us. So let's see there. Nope, nothing with DX. Let's try the Ks, and you probably have the best luck with the As and the Ns if you're finding no luck, right? So you simply hit the button on A, it's taken. N, press a button, there it is. Okay, desired call, NM7DX, preference 1, application date 3/22/22, and the application grant. So it was processed on the 9th, and the call sign November Mike 7 Delta X-ray. Okay, so it's really simple to use. It's just that it's different place now. That's all. If you want a 1x3 to make this kind of simple, and you want the suffix DX in there with 7 call district, nothing there. But you can play with this, right? And remember, a Vanity call is not got to be your own district. I don't know if you know that or not. You can be a 0. You can be, let's say, for example, you're a 0 in California. You can do it. That's why Alex is a 7 in Florida. You can pick an 8 and see what happens there. It's a great site to kind of look and see, okay, I want to get a good idea of how this works. So if you change that suffix, because we're going for 1x3, okay, and now it's IDX, and you just kind of play with it, you can really have a little bit of fun and see what's out there, okay? So this is the new radio QTH. Definitely different than it was before. I think it's a little bit more difficult to use before. It does still have the CW call wait though. And I like this because if you're a CW operator, for example, let's say you're looking at a call sign, right? And you want to do CW. Show wait is you want it to be less wait than more. Okay. So for example, here we go. Let's go. We'll use mine. K7HN. All right. The show wait, it says 46. Okay, let's try another 1x2. Okay, so we're going to try, let's go K7. Oh, Larry, come on. K7 GB. Oops. GB. All right. So we're at 46 before. That's 52. See, for CW, that's really cool, right? Because it gives you an idea of the weight. And you want less weight than more if you can help it. So for CW people, that's kind of nice to have, right? At least I think so. Vanity calls, again, this is very different than the old one. The old one was just easier to use, I think. But this one also does show you what's out there right now and call signs recently granted. So the new radio QTH, great way to search for different call signs that might be of interest to you. And remember, April 19th is the day the FCC is going to start charging the $35 fee, even for a Vanity call sign. Okay? Let me catch up with y'all and see if we can probably get some answers out of you. And I also, by the way, I do have, I think, one more segment. I think so. I do. Yeah. So we'll get in you and then we'll go from there. Mike, you go to available calls to also, yeah. And by the way, let's take a look at that because I did that. But here's how it's changed, Mike. See, look, available calls. Take a look. Come on, kid. You can do it. Available calls. There we go. Available calls there. Okay, so that's what we talked about before. So again, if you're looking for a call and you want to get one before the 19th, great way to do it right here. Just simply a 2x2, prefix K with district 7, and then you just find out what's available. And here they are. See? There's all the call signs that are available. And it tells you if they're not. Okay, for example, KB7AU is available in 447 days. Okay, KB7BS available in 615. But there are many of them that are green. They're available right now. But see, here's what happens. You go to 1x2 and it really gets small. See, this is more going to show you available in so many days rather than available now. Okay, here's the 2x1s. So K and 0. And don't be afraid to change. I mean, don't be serious. Go to 0. See if there's anything available, right? So here you go. K, look at that. K's kook. It does. It looks like kook, right? No! Okay. K0 Oscar Kilo. Available in 3 days. Okay, so there you go. These are how you can find things quick. And this is, Mike, thank you. This is what I was looking for, because this is what you used to always look and do. So don't be afraid to change your 2x1s or 1x2s. Change your prefixes, whatever you want to. Maybe you want to be a whiskey, and go back to 7, see if they're available. It's kind of fun to do because it gives you an idea of, okay, these are the call signs that are available or they're available soon. For example, W7HK in 10 days will be available. Good time to start looking at applying for the call sign. You have to apply the day it's available. That's important. Make sure you do it the day it's available. They won't accept them early. So that's the honest truth. So 1x2s, change your district, find the calls that you want to use, and hopefully you find something that will work for you. That's Radio QTH and how it works. Good way to find a call sign that you like. In fact, that's what my father-in-law found his. He found, he was originally Kilo November 6, India Ocean Papa. He's now Kilo November 6, no, Kilo 6 Treasure, sorry, TFD, because he worked for the Treasure Island Fire Department out of San Francisco. So his means Treasure Island Fire Department, K6 TFD. Find one that works for you. Like Rod Claire here in the state, and the call signs here, he changed his so they were his granddaughter's names. It's really fun to do. Try it. It's Radio QTH, and you can use it all you want. There's no stop to it. Let's see. I don't know if we can. Yeah, we're talking about stuff together. Do you want to do that? Andy New. He said, I wasn't happy with my call sign to start with. That changed as soon as I heard it spoken back to me on the air. Now proud to be Mike 7 Charlie Union November. That's until I upgrade. Yeah, because in the UK, they're going to change his call sign because he'll be upgraded to intermediate. They change him. Yep, that's what happens. And this is really cool. I like this. It's really neat. Don, it's funny. KH is a Hawaii. Okay, so you can't be a KH unless you're in Hawaii. That's one thing that's important. Don says, but I want a KH so I can be a Lion Hawaiian. Well done, Don. There you go. Coming to the show. That's the one. That's the one. The Don's weight call sign is 46. Tom, from Middle East, when I got my extra, I never used my new call immediately. I applied for my Vanity call. That's cool. Don, his call was issued in 1991, never changed it. Spike, general class can have 1x3, right? No. No, I don't think so. I know 2x2 because I think let's see. No, they can't 2x2. It's got to be an extra for 2x2. I think you're right. 1x3. Yeah, I think you can do a 1x3 for generals. Yes, I think that's correct. Yep. All right, let me take a look. We got some really cool people coming. In fact, tomorrow's a big show with Josh. Look at that. I'm so excited to have time. By the way, we're going to have a nice time tomorrow with him. April 16th, that's tomorrow, 1900 UTC. Josh from Ham Radio Crash Course going to take your questions live. Make sure you're here. It's noon Pacific, 3 in the Eastern Time Zone, North America, 6 a.m. Eastern Australia. And don't forget, folks in the UK, that's going to be at 6 p.m. The next weekend, Brent, Whiskey 7 Back Road, is going to talk from the Earth Cruiser. We're going to talk about portable operating and a whole doggone bunch more. Then on the 30th of April, Digital Analog Ham, that's Chris, 2 Echo 0 Union Kilo Hotel. He'll be joining us, and we're going to have a lot of fun with him. Big news on the 11th. Tim Duffy, K3LR, going to join us. Yep, we're going to talk about his super station there. 1900 UTC, we'll talk his ham radio career and contesting and a whole lot more. Meet Tim on June the 11th. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll be with T.O. on his channel April 18th at 0 UTC. It's 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. here in the East. Going to teach me how to work FT8. Hopefully I'll be a happy student and do a good job for him so I could walk away and say, my goodness, I'm great. But unfortunately, knowing myself, it'll instead be, my name is Larry. Probably. So that'll be it. The following, this is neat. On May 1st, I'll be with Red on Red Sonar F. So Charlie, it'll be a fun show. We're going to talk about space weather as well as working portable in Hawaii. That'll be a lot of fun, right? Hang on. The angry critics are up in the crow's nest, and they're pretty feisty today. Let's go up there and see how they like the show so far.
We ought to go on the stage.
Yes, there's one leaving in 5 minutes. Be under it.
Oh, heckle me, you old fool. Heckle him.
Is that a toupee you're wearing, or did your cat die?
The Angry Hams. There you go. Perfect. Thank you very much again for joining us on Ham Radio Live, of course. Okay. What is the maximum allowable ERP. Okay. So for New Hampshire, people who are not in amateur radio, ERP means effective radiated power, okay, of a 60-meter band based on a half-wave dipole. Okay. So basically, how much power can you use on 60 meters? Okay. A, 100 watts. B, 60 watts. C, 1500 watts. D, 50 watts. Okay. That's it. Let us know with A, B, C, or D, and we'll let you know who gets it correct. Yeah, and yeah, okay, general, yeah, 1 by 3. I thought so, but they can't get a 2 by 2, so that's true. Okay. Maximum effective radiated power on the 60-meter band, half-wave dipole, is it A, 100 watts, B, 60 watts, C, 1500 watts, or D, 50 watts? Let me know with A, B, C, or D. We'll let you know who wins it, because right now North America is in the lead, believe it or not, 75-70. Good luck. It's a good game right now. Great game. Smoking Ape, the genius, where we can't tell you where he's from. He has an A, 100 watts. Bam, it happened. Yes. North America pulls away 85-70. Yep, it is 100 watts. That's it. And there's actually a formula to it, believe it or not. Yeah, you have to be able to formulate it, with your effective gain of your antenna and how much wattage you're putting into it. You need to make absolutely certain you are not transmitting out of that antenna more than 100 watts. So that's very important with 60 meters. And it's because short wave bands are real close. That's the reason why. Rob also got A, so did Steve. Spike did, Mike did, Jeremy did. My goodness. Andy with D, Wendy with A, Rob with D, Don with A, Ron Walensky with A, and you guys did phenomenally well. Congratulations and well done, everybody. Whoa. All right. Question number 2, because my brother's calling. I got to get him from the medical center. Here we go. Which of the following tools was included in many early Heath kits? Okay, so there's a tool that Heath kit put in. Was it, and remember, Heath kits were radios that you built, okay? Was it A, a miniature spanner wrench, B, a small set of jeweler's screwdrivers, C, a tiny magnifying glass, or D, Heathkit never included any tools with its kits? Again, the following tools in many early Heath kits. A, B, C, or D. We'll let you know who gets it right, and hopefully your continent wins today. Good luck. Early Heath kit. Closest we have to that today is really Elecraft, right? Because you can build your own. That's the closest we have. Trying to go 2 for 2, which would almost tie the record, believe it or not, because Andy knew you got to be able to get in first with the right answer. And Andy did it 3 times. So Andy in the UK from Bristol has the record of 3. Smoking Ape answers B, small set of jeweler screwdrivers. No, that's not it. Good guess, though. That's a good guess. Mike also had B. Steve in the UK, and he's been getting lots of these right. Mike 7, India Whiskey Hotel with C, a tiny magnifying glass, and yes, it's true. Yep, tiny magnifying glass. So you could see everything, where the solder joints were and everything, so you could make sure and build it right. So they would include a tiny magnifying glass with their early Heath kits. And there you go. So there's your trivia questions today. And I sincerely appreciate you for playing along wherever you may be. All right. I need to scoot out because I have a brother that's in medical appointment that I've got to go pick up. And I think we're going to order pizza tonight, to be honest. It's pretty doggone late. My name's Larry. My call sign, Ham Radio, is Kilo 7 Hotel November. It's a joy to see you guys today. If you'd like to get your amateur radio license, I highly recommend you contact the Radio Society of Great Britain. Great group. They're located in the UK. But even if you're not, they can find an amateur radio club that's close to you. Find them at www.rsgb.org. Hit the Contact Us bar. Let them know where you're located, and then they'll send you an amateur radio club that's nearby. www.rsgb.org. Until we meet again, a fast sign off for you today. Why? Because I love you, and because I've got to hurry and get out of here. I'll see you hopefully. I will see you tomorrow with Josh. Ham Radio Crash Course will be here. Until then, God bless you, and goodbye, everybody.
This is the Nation Station. WLW, the Crosley Radio Corporation, Cincinnati.
Ladies and gentlemen, with this presentation, we are concluding the broadcasting activities of WLW, the nation station, owned and operated by the Crosley Radio Corporation, Cincinnati, Ohio, the United States of America. By authority of the Federal Communications Commission, WLW operates at the assigned frequency of 700 kilocycles and uses a full signal strength of 500,000 watts. Speaking on behalf of the entire staff of WLW, the world's most powerful broadcast